Wow. I forgot I did all that stuff. You know, I sometimes get a little older. As you can see, I'm grabbing my glasses. Father Time is undefeated. He hadn't lost yet. I'm extremely appreciative of every single thing that I've been able to accomplish. To not give the love to those who've been around me would be extremely disrespectful. Starting off with my late mother and father, who both passed away with cancer. The foundation they left for me, words can't really justify it. I hope through what you saw right there is indicative to what they gave me. That wasn't just me. That was a testament of what God gave them and what they instilled in me. My entire family is sitting here right now. I'm kind of shook up because when you get the opportunity to fulfill dreams and just having fun, in the end, truly, that's what it's all about. It's not about race. It's not about size. It's not about anything else but what you put into it. And when I speak today, I'm going to speak just like I play the game, with heart. Raised with my cousin Reginald, who sits over to the side. We called ourselves Starsky and Hutch. We did everything kids shouldn't do, and got away with it because it wasn't anything bad that could have gotten us in trouble. But being like any kid that runs around in this community, in this city, which is made up of you, parents, brothers and sisters, even now the kids like my son who's here with me, if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be no me. It wouldn't be no us. It wouldn't be this Allstate Sugar Bowl Hall of Fame event. And for all those who had the opportunity to get the awards that they've received, it wouldn't be any of this. This community is strong. We've endured. We persevered. We're progressing. And I can tell you hands down, this is the best city in the country. It's nothing better than New Orleans. I've been a few places in my day, as you can see all those different uniforms. Colorado, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Chicago, now living in Atlanta with my son. When I look at talent around this country, I don't care if they talk about the Sunshine State in Florida, California, Arizona. When it's raining here and thunderstorming outside, it's still sunshine because we make it work regardless. How many kids in this room, and when I say kids, I can say the ones that are my age, when it used to rain outside, we still stayed outside and played. We all did, didn't we? That's what it's about. That's all I did on the football field is play like that kid that wanted to just have fun. When you think about these accolades, these are achievements. I have to be honest with you. This is what we were supposed to do. Randy Livingston, the young man Swilling, and everyone else has been. This is what it's about. The unfortunate thing is in this city, there's so much talent coming through this city. So much. There's only a few can get in. If there was enough room, trust me, this entire Superdome would be full of faces on the wall. Because there's been so much talent that come through John Ehret alone, Leonard Valentine, Norman Jefferson, Webster Garrison, Tyrone Vaughn, Ernest Callaway, who's here with me now, my buddy Morris Washington, Sean Callaway. I can go on and on with the list of guys. Dalton Simmons, Patrick Riley, went to Archbishop Shaw, Vance Joseph, Mickey Joseph. I can keep going. So much talent that comes through it. Sometimes we take it for granted because we see it every day. We see it every single day. But the key to that success is everyone staying strong and being able to persevere and allow those kids to be a ray of light to people like myself, people like even yourself, people like Randy Livingston, who's now going to be in a recruiting process of trying to get kids to come to LSU and places like Colorado where I went to school, and sometimes talking to some kids, and for those who don't have any hope, say, hey, give University of Colorado a call. Because if you have a chance to make it happen with your talents, that's just the beginning. It's the process that makes everything special. If you can endure, if you can stand the test of time. You know, I go back to, as I was saying with my cousin Reggie, man, we challenge everybody in our neighborhoods. You know, I started off living in Marrero, and we moved over to the East Bank. I played at Mike Miley Playground. Then I moved back to the West Bank and played at Mac Playground, which is now Johnny Jacobs. Ended up taking it to Eleanor Middle School, and Coach Allen, who's here right now. Coach Allen, can you stand up for me, please, if you're still here? He's over in the corner. Coach Allen started me, myself, Pat Riley, and a few other guys in organized football and understanding how to win and play together. You know, you play Little League, everybody just run around and make plays. You know, some kids are going to be faster than others. I mean, it's just the way it is, unfortunately. To the point where the kids scored so many touchdowns, and the parents in the stands see their kids sitting on the bench, they're like, sit him down and give my son a chance, kind of thing, right? And so Coach Allen basically gave us that opportunity to understand how we have to play together and be smart together. My first opportunity of winning in organized football, excuse me, not in Little League, but in middle school, a championship. And I learned so much from that because while we had so much talent on the team, he was really hard on making sure we understand how to play together. And he accepted no excuses, literally didn't. And I hadn't forgotten that. Coach Terrebonne, are you over there too as well? Coach Terrebonne's over there. He was our basketball coach at Ellender. Made me his point guard. Yeah. Made it work. I became the MVP of the team, but one thing I do remember when I talk about family and community and everybody being together, it was a tough time, and I know he'll remember this, when I didn't have the grade I was supposed to have. Remember that, Coach? And my dad had told me I better not bring any D's home, right? So I got smart and brought a D home. And I told Coach Terrebonne, I said, my dad's going to take me off the team, bro. I said, you got to help me out, man. He said, you know what it's going to cost you, right? I said, what's it going to cost me, Coach? He said, a paddle. I said, God. So I said, okay. So I said, but I need the help to try to soften my daddy up. My family knows my daddy. I was raised by them as well. And my daddy was somewhat of a no-nonsense kind of guy. And, my mom passed away when I was 11, so it was just he and I. And we had to do stuff together. The way I had to carry my weight as a little youngster at 11, 12, 13 years old to, Dad had to go to work. So Coach Terrebonne knocks on the door. My dad had come to the door. He looks at me. He looks at the coach, and he stares at me, and he said, yeah, what's up, Coach? Coach stand over here, but he's looking at me. And I just put my head down, and I just hope he would start looking at the coach. But, we end up having that conversation at the door, and my dad, he dealt with me, and Coach dealt with me too. But it was that type of support that I really needed to understand, one, how important it was to take care of my business, and two, how much fun I really was having. If I wouldn't have had it, I would have missed it. And those two coaches at Ellender Middle School were the two that really gave me the opportunity to take the talent that I didn't know anything about. I was just happy to be that kid and turn it into something special, winning a championship in football as well as basketball. Coach Billy Norton, Coach Silver, can you two stand, please, if you're here? Over there in the corner. They were my high school coaches at John Ehret. I remember starting off trying to figure out, what position I wanted to play on the team because I didn't know. I really didn't know. I started off playing cornerback on the JV team. But I told Coach I wanted to play quarterback. But in the meantime, I had to play on the JV team. So I get my opportunity to start, and, we trying to make a good run. And but even before that, just to go back a little, we had Ernest Callaway, who was our quarterback. I got to tell this story. I can't let you go, Doobie. I'm sorry, bro. You might beat me up after this, but I got to tell it. Well, Ernest Callaway was a starting quarterback before me. And I remember Coach Roberts told us as quarterbacks, whenever you hold the ball as a field goal holder, you always hold it with your non-throwing hand. How many people believe in that, considering if you hurt your right hand and you're right-handed, that you might not play? Raise your hand if you believe that. That sounds right? Even if you never played, does it make sense? Raise your hand. Okay, yeah, that's everybody. So what does Doobie do? He holds it with his right hand. So I'm a straight-on kicker, which means I had a flat-toe, steel-toe shoe, and I'm kicking field goals. So he's holding it with his right hand, so I end up kicking his hand. Thank you, Doobie. It allowed me to play 3 games. I ended up throwing Mike Givens, who's here in the back, 5 touchdowns in 3 games, which I think gave Coach Silver and Coach North the opportunity to see me actually play, on the varsity team, which I don't know for sure if they knew I had the talent. I don't know. I never asked the questions. I just know when my number was called, I went. Doobie, of course, came back. That's why I'm telling the story. He, of course, came back. We went to the playoffs, made a great run, and he ended up leaving and going to Indiana. Purdue, out in Indiana, the Boilermakers, and had a phenomenal collegiate career as a receiver, a returner, and I mean, he was the real deal, and I had the opportunity to watch him. And he inspired me in so many ways because his will and his desire didn't stop. And he's short, trust me, I promise you. He's Lil, L-I-L, Lil. Yeah. And so, and then my opportunity came, and Coach North and Coach Silver and I, we had a great run. It was fun. Went to college, and that run was phenomenal through the Hail Mary pass. Coach McCartney was a man who was a founder of Promise Keepers, a good man, great man. And he was a big part of my life, and then made it to the league, and the rest was history. But what I want to get to, because I know I ran out of time, but we're going to be all right. The process in which we allow ourselves to be a part of, in whatever field that is, it's not going to always be pretty. Randy gave you stories about, we saw the stories about his injuries that he had, but he kept pressing on, and now he's back in that life that he loves, which is being an assistant coach, and eventually will end up being a head coach, because that's how driven he is. I mean, that's why he's still here. I mean, you go through all that, that's enough to make someone want to give up, but he hasn't. I've been told I couldn't play quarterback on the National Football League level because I was too talented. As I said, we have that talent here every day, all day, second to none. But I made it work. Went to the bench a couple of times. They tried to put someone else in because it looked better. But you can't judge a man based on how it looks. It's all about that action. When you get on the field and you play and you balling out, you can't stop that. It is what it is. When God has given you talent, whoever you are in this room and whatever you're doing, buy into it. Believe in the process. Stay with it. Don't give up. If somebody tell you can't do it, you say thank you. I appreciate that. That added a little more fuel to my fire because that's what it's done for me on many levels. Say what you want to say, feel the way you want to feel. When it's time to get in the trenches, old Slash was there. He was there. There's a lot of them running around here, but there's only one called Slash, and it's documented now. All right? It's documented. We can say what we want to say, talk the way we want to talk. It's over. That's it. It's in. We cash it in. So all I can say is to you, just believe in yourself. Truly believe in yourself. I know I've been long-winded. I have a lot to say because it's been held up inside me for so long. I'm sorry. But just believe in yourself, man. Seriously. There's too much talent that's falling by the wayside in this community that deserve to have the opportunity to move on. They just need a little attention. And that's what I got from my coaches, from my teammates, from my family, from my friends. I got my little toddler sitting right here. His name is Sire. He's kind of my mini-me. I don't force him to do anything, but when he plays, he has a great time and he gets it done. He had an opportunity to see Daddy graduate this summer. Finally went back and got my degree. So I hope everyone from here, you hear people say the people in the South, when it comes to education, it's not that good in the South. I got mine from the University of Colorado, all right? Regardless of how long it took, I finished. I got mine. Get yours. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. And remember, it's all in fun. Don't take yourself so serious. Enjoy the process. Thank you all so much. I love you. Thank you.
Now we know why they call him Slashed. He slashed the clock. But it's okay.